Hi, welcome back. In this session, we are going to explore the Power Query Editor next step. But let me remind you, all the related videos which we covered before is present on my YouTube channel. You need to search my channel, come to the playlist. There are dedicated playlists are there, 1,000+ videos you can with ease watch, and all the content related material, which means presentation, slide code, whatever the things are used in this video is present on my blog, fahadhusseincsblogspot.com. You can freely download and use it. If you are new in the channel, what are you waiting for? Do subscribe the channel to get familiar about that what is going on in Power BI. Okay, so this time I'm using a sample data. Okay, this is the option use a sample data, and when you click on the sample data, it will load sample data on your Power BI editor, and after that you can transform its data as well. I'm just click on the financial data. Okay, the sample one. Click on the transform, and it's till to the previous one. We explore the home tab complete. Okay, so this time I just click on the transform one, and one by one we will discuss. Okay, the first two option, group by and use first header, first row as a header, or use header as a first row, we discussed in the last session. The both option is present here, as well as when you right click on it. So this group by and split option is also there. Okay, so we don't need to repeat it as well. Okay, we already know about that, what is group by and use first row as a header. The transpose, that's a very important thing. For example, I just click on the segment column. So when you click on the transpose, the column become a row and row become a column. Okay, that is a meaning of the transpose. Look at here again. So for example, this is the segment, government, okay, mid-market, and so on. Different number of the options are there. And when I just click on the transpose, so you can see that the first row, this become a complete column, become a first row. Okay, and so on, all the things. That's the actual meaning of the transform. Similarly, when you click on the segment, here is a reverse row. So I can say that it is a descending and in ascending order, and the reverse order are there. So if you see this one, the product, so I just click on the reverse, that start from Z to A onward. If I just click it again, that start from A to onward. If there is no word A and B, so that is why it's start from the C to onward. That's the easiest understanding of the reverse row. Count rows, how many rows are there in a one column or the table, you may say that. So when I just click on the count row, it will just give me the value, a numeric value, that is a count of this row, the 700. I just click it to cancel this one. So which means that there are 700 number of the rows in this dummy data, financial data. Okay. Now, moving ahead, the type. We discuss a lot of different types, the type same. Just right click on the any column and there is an option change type. So this is the changing type data type option. So it is also present there. You can change it as well. Now, sometimes when you just import the base data or the raw data, so it will not detect the original data type. So for example, here you can see that different number of the columns. So for example, this one is a 1.2, which is a decimal data type, decimal one. This is a numeric one. So when you click on the detect data type, so it will already detect, by the way, but when you click, it will just refresh. Look at this, it will just refresh the column that shows that actually it's a numeric data type. If you want to change, you can change from here or from here as well. We discussed the same thing before. Okay. The next option is a rename. When you double click on it, it will enable to change the name. For example, I just name it price and press enter. Okay. Similarly, you can do the same thing by pressing the rename option. Okay. And after that, whatever the name you want, you can write and press enter to rename it. Okay. The replace values is also there. For example, right click on it. There is the option replace value. Whatever the values you want to replace, you can write. For example, there is different 5. I want to replace 5 into a 6 one. Okay, this is just a option of the replacement of the values. Right, this all values are replaced. Similarly, there is a fill option. What is the meaning of the fill option? When you click fill up and down, okay, the same option is available on the right click as well. If you remember that, we can also fill this option. For example, if there is a missing value, for example, there is no 7. So if I just click on this option and go to the fill, so whatever the values at the downside of the 7, which means that 125 will be take place of the 7 as well, which means the 125 will be right instead of the 7. The same logic will be used up, which means that 300 value will be replaced by 7. Okay, which means that the filling missing value by the up and down values, this is just option. Okay, sometimes we use this option to fulfill the missing values. Okay, pivot column, that's a very smart column, by the way. What does it mean? Look at there. For example, this is the one of the column. I just click on it, and after that I've just apply a pivot column. What does it mean? Look at there. It will ask me about that. Use the name in the column segment to create a new column. So I'm just taking the segment with a sales. Okay. There is an advanced option, by the way. Use the aggregate function. You can change it some average, median, another one. So this is a pivot column aggregate function. So I want to apply a segment with sales using aggregate function sum. Let's see. Let's click and here we go. So you can see that it's apply a pivot column on this business, but based on the big table, we can normally not understand in the proper way about this. So that's why I just use a dummy data, very basic. Based on this, you can easily understand that how the pivot column work here. Okay. So there, for this sake, I just go to the home tab again, source file, Excel workbook, and take the university data. Why I'm just taking this university data? Because there are very less number of the data. So whatever the transformation going to happen on it, we can easily understand that. Okay, look at this. I'm just click OK. And now after that, I just click on the roll number and click on the pivot column. Look at this, huh? The same roll number I'm going to make with a name. Yep, that's a smart one. And after that, count, because it's a string one, that's why it's a number. Otherwise, you can convert into a further income. Okay, the sum. Why? Because it's a numeric one. Click OK. Huh? Roll number, further income. Look at this. This is option expression. We cannot convert the value null to a type text. Oh, that's good. Which means that there is a null value on it. So how we can replace the null value? Look at here. The down. I use this one, and I use down values as well to fulfill the down. Good. Click here. Go to the pivot column. We need to use a further income with this and click OK. It's smart thing. It's happened. Okay. So you can see that name is here because I apply a pivot column on the name and roll number and father income. Huh? So let's go ahead. You can see that this is the roll number. Look at this. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the values are the roll number placed. The column become a complete header of the multiples. Okay, and after that, based on the income, you can see that based on the income values are placed here. For example, if I just talk about Ali, okay, Ali roll number is 1230. Look at this. This is the Ali name, and I just go parallel here, and here you can see that this is a roll number in father income for 46,000, and this is a roll number. And if there is a null value, it's indicate that it's not belongs to this one. Similarly, Haris. So Haris, if I just go drag here, so the Haris roll number is not this one, not this one, not, but the last one here. You can see that this one, second last, and his roll number is 1237, which means that when you click on the pivot column, its related column is going to convert into a complete header, and the second one in which you are want to make a relation, it become a value. So if there is a null one, which indicate that it's not belongs to this one. So that's all about in this part. We will discuss the rest of the other thing in a next session. Stay in touch. If you didn't subscribe the channel, do subscribe to motivate me to understand such kind of the activity in a very less time. See you there.